Okay, guys, I don't usually do Instagram stories, but I do need to talk about something that has really been annoying me watching the first day of Olympic coverage today in the team event. And I'll just show you what I mean. So here is the tech box from a skate by Jun Cha fave from the Four Continents Championships. And you'll notice that it has the element name, its base value, grade of execution, and the current tech score. And the leader, the score that needs to be beaten. And this is all really super helpful information. It lets you know what the spin levels are. It lets you know what the step sequence levels are. It lets you know how bad or good an element was done. It helps you know what the base value of the element is. And in general, it's just really useful, and it was really useful for me over the last quad getting to know figure skating. So now we're looking at the Olympic feed from Nathan Chen's short program earlier today. Incredible. So glad for him. And you'll notice that there is a lot less information here. All that we see here is the total technical score of the skater who was currently in the lead and the current technical score in action as the current skater is skating, and 7 boxes that indicate each of the 7 elements. In this case, in the short program, it differs on discipline and program and whatever. But these boxes are supposed to indicate that an element has gone well, it has a positive grade of execution. If the box is yellow, an element is under review. And if it's red, an element has a negative grade of execution. There's a big problem with this. One is the obvious thing is that he's only done an element and it's green, and it's not obvious which elements are done and which elements are left. The other big flaw is that for new viewers, they will have no idea exactly what has been done. Sure, they'll know it's a jump, it's a spin, it's a lift in the case of, but new viewers will not know that there are different types of jumps, the 6 types of jumps. They won't know how many revolutions the jump was. They don't know how many levels a skater will have gotten on their spin. And this is also a problem because they'll see a skater fall on a big jump, but then wonder why they've placed ahead of someone who's done a slightly easier technical program and gone clean. This was a problem in the last Olympics. A lot of people wondered why Adam Rapon didn't place higher than some people on quads who fell. Some of that had to do with some ISU rules that have since been changed, and the scoring system has been slightly altered since then. And the problem, people don't know that quad jumps have higher base values, or that level 4 spins have higher base values too. This also then leaves the viewer to rely more on the commentator or commentators to provide the relevant information on the types of jumps and the spin levels and all of that. And some commentary teams are better than others. The commentary team that I listened to this morning, for example, on British Eurosport, continually mispronounced a lot of foreign skaters' names. This is arguably a bigger problem in the ice dance discipline because a lot of those elements are not as clear. So different types of step sequences, different types of lift, all that. And it bugs me because 4 years ago, I was in a position where I wanted to learn more about the elements being done and how things were being scored. But I couldn't from the broadcast. And I was only going to other people, other Twitter accounts, especially Rocker Skating, Jackie Wong, who is a huge resource, and found out more about it through that. But it shouldn't be the case. It should be the case that you should want your audience to understand what is going on. And I feel like NBC, who I'm sure is in charge of these graphics, is interested. As an example, I've been following this sport for the last 4 years, and I did not know until after Shoma Uno had ended his program that he had gotten to level 3 spins. He lost some levels. And that was because the commentator mentioned it. But the audience should be knowing about these mistakes in real time. And yes, jump mistakes are obvious, but spins and step sequences are not. And I just feel like if NBC and the ISU is interested in growing the sport and interesting more people in watching it when it's not the Olympics, they should not be making less information available. They should be making more information about what's going on available because, for example, when they see Nathan Chen skate clean and post a score of 111 points. So I don't think this is an ISU issue because they clearly know what they're doing on their feeds. This is definitely an NBC issue, and they control so much of the broadcasting rights to the point where I can't watch it at a reasonable time because it has to be on prime time in the States. So it's on at 1 in the morning in the UK, and so I have to, play catch up afterwards, which is fine. It's going to happen for, whatever time zone, but making these skaters go at, 10 a.m. just so you can broadcast it live on NBC with commercials is just, That's really all I have to say on that. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Are there skating fans that you have in your life or people who aren't skating fans that you want to get excited about skating but can't because they can't tell from the broadcast what is going on and what great things, what bad things have happened to the skaters in the programs because the tech box is terrible? Let me know. I noticed that Instagram stories cut off the last bit I was going to say about Nathan, which is that when he scores 111 points, the audience needs to know that it's because he just did the basically hardest technical short program that any male skater has ever done. And that is going to score higher than a clean short program from someone who is doing a quad jump with a lesser value or only doing one quad jump or only doing a triple toe or a double axel, that kind of thing. All right, that's all I wanted to say. Follow me on Twitter at HelmaRie95. That's where I talk most about skating and whatnot. As I say, I don't use Instagram stories very much. So, yeah, follow me on over there, and you'll probably get some more resources there, too. Bye.